people. That's the easiest one. There's no doubt about it. We would never treat other people like we treat ourselves when we make commitments. I mean, when we make a promise to another person, we keep that promise. But when we make a promise to ourselves, we don't keep it. And in sales, that works like this. Tomorrow, I'm going to make 25 prospecting calls because I didn't make any today. And then when tomorrow comes, it's not really tomorrow, it's today again. And we decide, well, I've got this other thing, so I promise tomorrow instead of 25, I'll make 50. And then we don't keep that promise. We would never do that to another person. If we put a calendar event, in Outlook or in Google or wherever you put those, you wouldn't think of missing that. But we don't treat ourselves with the same respect. We promise to eat better tomorrow. It's right. This is January 5th, right? So we're 5 days beyond that day or that night where everybody promises that they're going to be much better this year than they were last year. And I would say we're probably 48 hours away from everybody going back on that resolution. I've had it for a long time. I mean, even when I was a kid and I fronted a rock band, we rehearsed every night. Every night from 7 to 10 we rehearse. Sunday night we rehearse. You're going to go out and hang out with your friends? Not till you're done rehearsing. When we were in LA, Friday and Saturday night, everybody goes to the Sunset Strip. We don't go until after we're done rehearsing. Literally, we were that disciplined. And I think this is what it is. There's a couple things that I would say if you're listening to this. If you are poor when you grow up and you have a lot of adversity, you sort of get wired in a way that says work and hustling and producing is really important because you have a certain set of experiences that lead you to believe that. At least it does for a lot of people who hustle. And if you get wired that way, the discipline comes really easy. For a lot of other people who haven't had a lot of adversity, you just have to start thinking about if you want to do meaningful, purposeful work, if you want to figure out what your why is and then live to that, whatever it is, until you know what that why is and how short your time is to do it, you may not hustle. But once you hook on to what's my mission, what am I here for, what am I going to do with this little bit of time that I have, and if you're young like you are, it doesn't feel like you have a very short time, but I promise you it goes by so fast. And if you want it to go faster, have children, because then it speeds up almost to warp speed. But if you want to do something, you only have right now, this minute, and you have to get up and every day just decide, this is what I'm here for, I have to go live this purpose. And then you'll start hustling and you'll find the discipline to do all kinds. Old man. No, you're still a young man. Um, I teach undergrads at Capital University where I went to school. And when I teach personal selling to young people, undergrads particularly, so they're somewhere between 18 and 22 years old, I ask them to describe for me all the words that they think indicate somebody who would be a salesperson. So what are they? And they say manipulative, they say selfish, they say pushy, they sometimes say asshole, they say a lot of things like that. And I write them all down on a big whiteboard for them until I've got a pretty good collection of negative words. And then I ask the class to raise their hand if one of their parents works in sales. And I don't know, 20 to 30% of the hands go up. And then I always try to find the meek person that's kind of shy, kind of quiet, doesn't hold their hand up very much. And I say, is it your mom or your dad that works in sales? I always want to get a mom. So if they say my dad, I'm like, what's your dad do? Then when I get to the mom, I say this. So you mean to tell me your mom is a pushy, selfish, self-oriented, manipulating, conniving person? And they go, absolutely not. My mom's not any of those things. My mom, her clients love her. She has great relationships with them. They trust her. She helps them with all kinds of things. And I say, no, 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 no. That's not what you said. You said that salespeople are all these things. And they start to realize this stereotype for some reason persists. Most of the people that say that, their experience with salespeople is nothing like that. I mean, that's true for most of us. If you're in the B2B world or you're an entrepreneur, you don't meet a lot of salespeople that are like that because those tactics of manipulation and self-orientation and coercion, those don't work. And the reason that people don't do them anymore is they were taught to do them for so long, they stopped being effective because buyers had more choices. They no longer had to work with somebody like that. So you don't have to embody any of those things. The more other-oriented you are and the more you try to help other people, the easier it becomes. I hope that helps entrepreneurs listening to this, because if you feel that sales is something you have to do to somebody, then you're never going to feel good about it. But if you think it's something that you're doing for and with them, then you're going to embrace it and say, this is a great gig, going out and trying to help other people get better results than they can get without me.